Good morning, friends. Today we are going to go through Lesson 11 for math. So far, we've learned 3 different ways to count using our benchmark numbers. We also reviewed these 3 ways yesterday, but let's take another look. We have our straws. What are the benchmark numbers using our straws? We have our 100 bundle, which is 100, our 10 bundle, worth 10, and our 1 straw, worth 1. We have our place value blocks. Can you remember what we use for place value blocks? We use a flat to show 100, rod to show 10, and a unit to show 1. Does anyone remember the other way we can use our benchmark numbers? That's right, we can use dollar bills. We have a $100 bill worth $100, $10 bill worth $10, and $1 bill worth $1. Let's learn a new way. The new way we're going to learn is called place value discs. Now, even though this is a new way to show counting our benchmark numbers, it's still going to be the same concept as our straws, place value blocks, and dollar bills. Let's see what these place value discs look like. This is our hundreds disc worth 100. This is our tens disc worth 10, and our ones disc worth 1. See how we still have hundreds, tens, and ones, just like with our straws, blocks, and dollar bills? With your blocks, I want you to show me 14. You can draw on your paper or your whiteboard 14 using your place value blocks. If you need to pause the video to go grab your supplies, please do so. You should have drawn your 1 10 and 4 ones, because 1 10, 4 ones equals 14. Can you tell me the unit form of 14? If you said 1 10, 4 ones, you are correct. If you look at our place value blocks, we have 1 10 and 4 ones. That is our unit form. Can you tell me the standard form? I'll give you a hint. Standard form is another way to say number form. That's right, it is 14. Now, I want us to show 14 with our place value discs. Since this is the first time, I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. We still have that place value chart, and we're still going to draw 1 10. It just looks a little bit different. This time, it's a disc or a circle with a 10 in it. We're still going to draw 4 ones. They just look a little bit different because they're circles with ones in them. What is the unit form of 14 with my place value discs? It's the same as for my place value blocks. We still have 1 10, 4 ones. What about the standard form? What would the standard form be for 1 10, 4 ones? It is still 14. Our place value discs are just one more way we can show our benchmark numbers. Let's try it with 205. I want you to draw your place value blocks to show 205. Let's see what that looks like. We have our place value chart, and we're going to draw how many hundreds? 2 hundreds. That is exactly right. How many tens should we draw? We have 0 tens. Now what about our ones? How many ones should we draw? Let's look at our ones place. We have 5 ones, so let's draw 5 ones. Now we have shown 205 using our place value blocks. Can you tell me the unit form of 205? That's correct. It's 2 hundreds, 5 ones. What about the standard form of 2 hundreds, 5 ones? You're right, it's the same as number form, 205. Let's try making 205 with our place value discs. Draw your place value discs to show 205. Let's see what it looks like. We have our place value chart, and we're going to draw 2 hundreds discs. Next, we're going to draw 0 tens discs because we still have 0 in the tens place. And we're going to draw 5 ones. So now we have 2 hundreds discs, 0 tens discs, and 5 ones discs. Pat yourself on the back if you drew your place value discs exactly right. What is the unit form of 205 using my place value discs? You're right, it's still 2 hundreds, 5 ones. And the standard form? It is still 205. Awesome job. I want you to think about the difference between modeling your numbers with blocks and modeling your numbers with place value discs. Take a minute to think about the difference between modeling our numbers with blocks and place value discs. Up to this point, we have been using bundles of straws and bils. We've also used our place value blocks. Let's compare the blocks and place value discs to the bundles and bils. How are they the same? How are those blocks and place value discs the same as the bundles and the bils? We know that we can use all of these ways to count our benchmark numbers to show ones, tens, and hundreds. What about how are they different? I want you to continue thinking about how they are the same and how they are different because we're going to talk about this more during our Zoom class. Let's see if we can practice some together. Tell the value of the following numbers in standard, expanded, and unit form. First, we have standard form. Let's count up our place value discs to see what our number would be in standard form. Remember, standard form is another word for number form. Let's count together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Our standard form is 46. Next, let's look for the expanded form. Remember, expanded form adds our hundreds plus our tens plus our ones. If we look at our place value chart, we don't have any hundreds. So let's move on to our tens. How many tens do we have? We have 4 tens. Do you know the value of 4 tens? That's exactly right. 4 tens equals 40. We also have 6 ones. What is the value of 6 ones? Right, it's 6. So our expanded form would be 40 plus 6 equals 46. Let's think about our unit form. Our unit form breaks up our number into its hundreds, tens, and ones. Again, we have 0 hundreds, so we'll start with our tens. We said we had 4 tens and 6 ones. So my unit form would be 4 tens, 6 ones. Great job. Let's try another one. We want to find the standard form of our place value discs. Let's count them up together, starting with our hundreds. Ready? 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 231, 232. Our standard form is 232. Let's try expanded form. See if you can come up with our expanded form on your own. If you said our expanded form was 200 plus 30 plus 2 equals 232, you are correct. We have 2 hundreds, and the value of 2 hundreds is 200. The value of 3 tens is 30, and the value of 2 ones is 2. So when we add those units together, we get 232. Let's try our unit form. See if you can write down our unit form on your own. Our unit form would be 2 hundreds, 3 tens, 2 ones, because that's how many place value discs we see in each section. 2 hundreds, 3 tens, 2 ones. That is the end of our lesson for today. Make sure you come back to our Zoom meeting, and don't forget to think about how our different ways of counting our benchmark numbers are the same and different, so we can talk about that during class.